Good morning, folks. Danielle Tolbert with the Ouachita Parish Public Library joining me this morning to talk about the Digital Divide, a new program that is being put on by the library to help inform parents about teen social media use. Danielle, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. We're going to be sharing about some teen social media practices, and we hope that it'll be educational for parents.
Certainly. What are some of the key takeaways for parents in this presentation? I understand you're the individual who's giving it, and there's certainly a lot that's covered, I'm sure, but I'm just interested to know what are some key things parents should probably know.
I think parents need to know that there's this huge generational divide when it comes to Generation Z and their parents. They communicate quite differently when it comes to social media, but they're still teenagers, so they're still going to be making some mistakes. So what the library is trying to do is equip parents with the information they need to make smart parenting choices.
Okay, good to know. Now there's already been one class already. There's going to be another one that's tonight. In fact, what time and where?
It'll be at 5:30 p.m. at the main branch library. That's on Stubb Street in Monroe.
Now, I imagine this is certainly, mostly for parents, but what are some things that teens can actually learn from this if they attend themselves?
Well, the thing I always preach to teens is that nothing on the internet is private. I don't care how private it says, I don't care if it disappears, it never disappears and it's never private. So that's something that I always try to drill into teens' heads. It doesn't matter if it's Snapchat, direct messaging, or whatever new thing comes up next week, it's never private.
It's amazing, just hindsight is 20/20, right? Because even looking back on teen years, I'm young enough to have went through high school with a smartphone in my hand before, and I tell you what, looking back on those years and just you're kind of a little bit thick-headed when it comes to those sorts of things.
Teenagers make mistakes. We've all been there. We've all made mistakes. But the difference between now and 10, 20 years ago is now they have smartphones to document every single mistake that they make. And that's a little dangerous territory. We don't know how far that shadow is going to cast, if maybe in 20 years that's still going to haunt them.
All right, Danielle Tolbert, thank you so much for joining me and chatting with me about the Digital Divide this morning. Is there a place people can go to learn more?
Yes, everybody can go to the library's website, www.oplib.org, to find out more information on the Digital Divide.
All right, thank you, Danielle. We'll be sure to share these details with you folks at home as well on myarthemis.com.